All right, well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to OSST Basics Plan Development. And I want to first, before we get this going, introduce the team that's put this together. It includes Trey Donaldson, Ben Vandernegg, Regina Shedrick, Christine Sikora, Kathleen Danclair, Jessica Mishler, Rachel Paymer, and Torniqua Owens. Thank you all for the work you've done to pull this together, and thank you all who have tuned in to this session. I look forward to learning a lot more about plan development, and our TANF guru, Jessica Mishler, is going to take us through plan development and show us what it's all about. And if you have any questions, just raise your hand and we'll get to them. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Josh. So welcome to our OSST Basics webinar on plan development. And today we'll be reviewing the plan development screen in OSST, where individual responsibility plans, sometimes called career plans, and alternative responsibility plans are created. You can go ahead to the next slide. To get to the plan development screen, you can click on the tab on the left titled Plan Development or the top tab titled Plan Development. If a case does not have a current open IRP or ARP, the screen will look similar to this. Starting on the top, you will see Initial Assessment and Evaluation. This will show you the last time an assessment was completed in the OSST system and by whom. If an assessment was never completed, it will say Begin Assessment. On this customer's plan development screen, it says under the Initial Assessment Evaluation by OSST system, which means the last assessment completed on this customer's case was completed by the customer through the OSST client system on 10/23/2020. If it was last completed by a case manager, the name of the case manager and date would be shown. Before beginning an IRP or an ARP, you'll want to review the dates of the assessment and of a full assessment. This can be done by clicking the Assessment History tab or the Assessments tab on the left of the screen. I personally always recommend clicking the Assessments tab to review assessments and dates, and we'll be discussing the Assessment tab, assessments, and intake process in full in our upcoming trainings. Now, if you move down a little further, you will see highlighted in yellow, Create Plan with Wizard, Copy a Plan, Unpublished Plans, Historical Plans, Activities, and Assessment History. We will click on the Historical Plans tab on the customer screen and move down so you can see what each of these tabs hold. Next slide. First, historical plans will show you any plans that were created and have been closed in the system. For example, this case has one historical plan created on 4/9/2020 and was closed on June 30th, 2020. Next, we will click on Activities. This will show you the activities that appear in Skill Development Show All tab. For example, on this case, you'll see when the last assessment was completed, when the last WT NOMA 492 was created, and when the customer last work registered. Moving to the next tab, we have Assessment History. This will show you all the assessments completed in OSST, the date it was started, the type of assessment, if it was completed, completed by, and when it was completed. WT Needs is the Needs and Barrier Assessment, which we'll talk about, which we'll be talking about in a later date. WT Inclusive Initial is the full assessment, and you will also see WT Initial No Needs, which does not appear on this case. Next slide. When you start creating a plan, you will be using the other tabs, which we haven't mentioned yet. You will have two options when creating a plan for customer. You can create a plan with Wizard from scratch, or you can copy a plan that you have created and make additions to fit the customer you're working with. If you're going to create a plan with Wizard, you would click Create Plan with Wizard, and a pop-up box will appear titled Plan Development Wizard. If you click Copy a Plan, a pop-up box entitled Copy a Plan will appear, allowing you to select the plan you want to use. You can preview the plan by clicking Preview, and once you have selected the plan you want to copy, you will click here to copy this plan. Once you have copied the plan, it will appear under Unpublished Plans until the plan is completed and published. Now, if you're new to creating plans in OSST, you will not have a list of plans to copy from, so you will be creating plans using Wizard. So let's go over the Plan Development Wizard to see how to create a plan. Next slide. Once you have the Plan Development Wizard open, you will start with typing your Plan Development title. What you incorporate in these sections, you will want to make sure you're following your local operating procedures. And once you create your plan name, you'll click Plan Type, which will allow you to choose a career goal or short-term goal. For all individual responsibility plans, IRPs, you'll use career goal as the plan type. For ARPs and ARP requirements, you'll want to review your local operating procedures. After you click career goal, you will click Continue to Next Screen. If you're not ready to continue the plan at any time, you can click Close Wizard. If you have started the IRP and ARP and you accidentally click Close Wizard, the unpublished plan will appear under the tab Unpublished Plans. After you have completed the correct plan name for your IRP, click Plan Type Career Goal, click Continue to Next Screen, then the Plan Development Wizard will show you Step 2, Create Career Goal. You will type your customer's career goal. An example could be registered nurse, elementary school teacher, or welder, and then click Add. After you click Add, the customer's career goal will appear under Career Goals, and then you will click Continue to Next Screen. Next slide, please. When you click Continue to Next Screen, you are on number 3, Create Short-Term Goals. You will then create short-term goals, You will then enter your customer short-term goals following your LOP requirements. Then every short-term goal needs an objective, and every objective you will have steps to help the customer achieve their short-term goals. Again, please see your local operating procedures, your LOP, for requirements that must be included on all IRPs and ARPs. As you go through each of these sections, you will notice the tab on the top will change from a navy blue to a cobalt blue. Once the section turns cobalt, the tabs will allow you to go back and forth between these sections by clicking the cobalt tabs or by clicking Continue Next Screen. You'll be able to go forward to the next section. You also notice as you complete each section, the sections and steps are appearing in the window column to the right titled Plan Navigator. Now, if you make an error while working on an IRP or ARP, you can delete the entire plan by clicking Delete Plan. If you want to change your wording on a section or step, you can click the blue E next to the section or step you want to edit. Once you have corrected the section or step, click Update. If the plan has not been published, the system will allow you to click a trash can to delete a step or delete the whole plan. Once you have hit Publish, this trash can will no longer appear and you'll not be able to delete once you have completed the IRP or ARP. So once you have completed the IRP, ARP, hit Publish. Next screen. Once you publish the IRP, ARP, the plan will appear on the Plan Development screen. You'll want to review the plan steps. If you notice you have made an error, you'll be able to click Edit Plan with Wizard, or you can click the individual section or step on the IRP, ARP. If you click Edit Plan with Wizard, you'll click the blue E next to the section step you want to edit. Then you can click the box and edit your wording. Once you are done, click Update. If you want to move a step up or down, click the blue E and you will see an orange icon that will say Move Down. This step is the first in the section, so you'll only see Move Down, but if you click Move Down, then the Move Up and Move Down will appear. This will allow you to position your steps in the appropriate order. Once you have made updates and click Update, once you have completed all your updates, then you'll want to click Update. You can close the Plan Development Wizard and the plan on Plan Development will update with the corrections you've made. Next slide. You will want to review all your steps on your IRP or ARP to make sure all the steps are accurate and specific and meet state requirements in your LOP. Once the IRP and ARP is reviewed, you will have the option to print screen and print contract. You will always want to click print contract. The print screen is an option in addition to the print contract. If you need the words on the plan to be bigger for your customer to see, some like to print print screen, excuse me. Print contract you always want to do, but some like to print screen so it appears a little bit better and it's easier to read. Print status, that will depend on your region. If you use this, this will allow you to print only the steps on the IRP that are open or steps that are closed. Please see your program manager if this is something that is used in your region. Now that we have discussed each of these printing options, then you're going to want to click Print Contract up there. Next slide. Now, once you have print contract, you will print out all the pages of the IRP, ARP, and have the customer read, print name, sign, and date, and the case manager will read, print name, sign, enter their phone number and date. Once the IRP is reviewed and signed, you will upload, scan the plan to customer's electronic file following your region's filing system. You want to provide your customer a copy of the signed IRP, ARP. Next slide. Now, an IRP and an ARP, they're living documents that are constantly needing to be updated, edited, and printed based on your customer's goals, barriers, and steps that will need to complete for the program, etc. If you need to update the IRP or ARP with a customer, the system will allow you to make additions once it has been published and printed. You have the option to click Edit Plan with Wizard and edit the plan in the Plan Development Wizard, or you can click the section or step you want to edit. For example, your customer has completed some additional assessments and they decided their career goal has changed. If the customer had wanted to be a registered nurse, but now they want to be a teacher, you can click the career goal, registered nurse. The edit career goal will appear, and you can backspace, highlight, and delete registered nurse and type in teacher. If the career goal had said teacher, childcare worker, and they have changed their career goal to registered nurse, you can click teacher, childcare worker, highlight and delete teacher, childcare worker in the edit career goal box and type registered nurse and click save. If you want to edit a step, click the step you want to edit. An edit step box will appear with the step you clicked, allowing you to type backspace or edit the step. There is no trash can, so if you need to change the whole step, you can click in the box and highlight the step and click the delete button, but you must type something in its place and click save. You can also create due dates for a step. If an IRP is due back by date, you can type in the date the IRP is due and click save. Next slide. Once you type in the due date, the OSST system will allow you and show you this notification section. The section is to allow you to create notifications and add alerts to your calendar. Currently, this part of OSST is not working. However, that is in what it would look like. Next slide. As you work with your customer and steps are completed, you can click on the step, go to the status, and a drop box will appear. This will allow you to close the step as completed. You will click on status, scroll to completed. You will click complete, then a box will appear allowing you, we're asking you, is this correct? If it is, click yes. Then another box will appear asking you, is this a failure? If it's not a failure, click no. Then a status date box will appear allowing you to enter date of completion. Enter the date the step is completed. Then you'll answer, please choose a closure reason by clicking from the drop-down menu. And the menu would state, became exempt, good cause, failed, no longer mandatory, no longer applicable, entered an error, sanction, complete, and other. For completed steps, you can check complete and hit save. If it is a step that is not completed, you can click yes. Is this a failure? Yes. And then a new section will appear. Would you like to initiate a sanction pre-penalty process? Yes or no? Your answer to this would depend on if this is something your region uses. So you would want to review this with your program manager if you're going to use this section to allow you to start the 2290 pre-penalty process. If you want to close the window, then close the box, click close window. Next slide. If you have a published IRP or ARP, you'll see a status key is circled in the red here. The gray gear means a section or step is open. A red circle X is closed, and so it's like an X with a circle around it. That means closed. An X is a fail, and a green check mark is completed. Once you close a step with completed, you will see a green check mark by the step showing you this step is completed. Now, this step is really great because it allows you to print IRPs and ARPs to show your customer all the things that they've accomplished while they're in the program and things that they've completed. And next slide. Any questions?
Jessica, I have a question. You had mentioned when you're working on the plan, you can only delete things before you publish it. What happens if you publish it and then you realize later that something needs to be deleted?
Okay, so it's a two-part question. So if you publish the plan and you realize that plan is no good and you've made a lot of errors, it allows you to go into it, click that plan, and you can close the plan, and then you can create a new plan. But no, you can't delete it. Now, if there's a step that you want to go away, you can't delete it, but you can click the step and you can change the step and then hit save or update. Some regions, if they don't need those extra spaces, they can click that step, and some can make a line, but that's again with your local operating procedures or with your program manager. But some do put a little line if there's no extra step, and then they hit update.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ben. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
All right. Well, thank you, Jessica, and thank you to the team who pulled this together, and thanks for all those who attended. Appreciate it. And you all have a great day.
Thank you, Jessica.